Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Who's ready, just by tally of hands, who's ready for the biggest XRP bull run and crypto bull run in the history of this freaking asset class? Is everybody's hand raised out there? I'm freaking ready. Now, it depends on who you want to believe or who you think might be precise in terms of their chart analysis, because there are all sorts of analysts, but perhaps a majority of them that I follow anyway, that think more likely than not, we're going to see a continuation of this particular price action. There are some that think that there could be a retracement sooner than later, but not as many of them from my perspective. Still, I will share one of them in this video, that one of the chart analyst perspectives that holds that view, because, well, first of all, I like diversity in terms of what I present on the channel, because like when I'm researching for myself, I want to get as many various opinions as possible on whatever the topic may be. And in this case, the individual that in the short term thinks we might see some bearish action, he actually has the largest cryptocurrency channel on all of YouTube, which I found kind of fascinating. But still, I will tell you, regardless of what happens, this fundamentally feels different than the last bull run. If you think back to the end of 2017, and I actually jumped into the world of crypto November of 2017, so I've been here a little over 3 years now. And if you think about roughly mid-December, this is pretty close to what the price levels were for both Bitcoin and XRP. Yeah, so Bitcoin obviously had hit its all-time high. Some point, maybe about 2/3 of the way through the month of December, somewhere thereabout. And XRP was 20-something cents. I don't know if it was 22 or 25, but not that different from where we are now. But consider this. That was basically the height of the market, at least for Bitcoin. And I know XRP was about to take off. Fair enough. But think where the price of Bitcoin is, which is what, last market cycle crypto media paid attention to. And it's interesting to me to see that mainstream media is barely even paying attention to this. We've got the same price levels as 3 years ago, and we don't have the masses flowing in. I mean, admittedly, there's been some pickup in terms of interest of late. I totally get that, and volume can spur some volume. I understand that, but it's not the same as 3 years ago. It's not the same level of mania, and so I'm just thinking, holy hell, if we have this level of price action before we're even having CNBC telling us how to buy Ripple when they mean XRP, which did happen a few years ago, I'm just like, man, this price action has been a lot of fun to track the last few days in particular, but we ain't seen nothing yet. Welcome to the bull run, son. Before we go any further, though, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support. And also, I recommend that you treat yourself, girl, by subscribing to the Moon Lambeau channel, because why the hell not? It's free content. The price is right, bitch. All right, let's go into this now. So shout out to James Rule, XRP, my fellow XRP YouTuber, who sent this to me. This is a tweet he put out, and he tagged me in my, he gave me a DM on Twitter. But I love this. And it just kind of like the sentiment of this, the heart of this rings true to me. And he wrote, XRP community, if you think today is huge, wait until you see the world FOMO when XRP hits $1, with FOMO, of course, being fear of missing out. Because today we did hit over 30 cents, and there has been, admittedly, a flurry of activity. Like I said, it's still not like we saw in November, December 2017, but there's a notable uptick here. And so what do you think is going to happen? It's like, do we believe in market cycles or not? And to be clear, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice of any kind, so don't buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I just think it's fun to talk about these topics as an enthusiast, kind of just as a hobby, and talk to my fellow XRP community members, but that is all that it is, so I'm not pretending to be some sort of wizard here. And then here's a tweet from Venom, at VenomXRP, who tagged me, and he wrote, is it just me, or looking at Bitcoin and XRP, have they decoupled in price, or am off on this? And so, Venom, thank you very much for tagging me. It's a totally legitimate question. And I would say, I would argue strongly that XRP is absolutely still tethered to the price action of Bitcoin. And so you can see Bitcoin has led the market. The altcoins followed, which is what we've seen historically. This is a nascent asset class, and so I don't believe that there are enough individuals out there judging individual cryptocurrencies based on their own merits. And so ask yourself this. Had Bitcoin not rallied to, it's here, what is that now? 17,516 as I record this. Had Bitcoin not rallied to that, do you think that XRP would have gone from its recent low of 22 or 23 cents all the way up to over 30 cents. And for me, the answer is no, because you also saw that the altcoins, they moved in tandem. So Bitcoin led the market, and then XRP and the altcoins, they actually all just followed in tandem. So like the fact that XRP went up when it did is not unique when you compare it to other altcoins. And so that's just the state that we're in today. I don't think it's always going to be like that. I do envision a decoupling in the future, which will be fantastic ultimately, but we're just not there yet. And so anytime you think that we're not attached to Bitcoin, zoom out on a chart and you can just see that there have always been smaller time frames where it appears to be separate, but just like happened in 2017 when XRP traded sideways for 6 months while Bitcoin had a run up. Fine, it did, and so you could have said, oh, look, XRP's not attached to Bitcoin. Expand your time horizon, because if you look at a chart now, you can see it lines up perfectly, just if you zoom out enough, because it was at the end of 2017 that XRP then rallied, and then it retraced after Bitcoin retraced. So it's just lagging behind, but there's it's still doing that. And so as I record this, XRP is at 29.9 cents, Bitcoin again 17,548. Market cap for the asset class, $497 billion, knocking on 500's door. I don't hate that. Bitcoin dominance actually on the climb, even though altcoins, including XRP, are up. Bitcoin dominance at 65.48%. I am not minding that one bit. And let's just look at this glorious 7-day XRP chart. It's on your screen right now. 24-hour high, 30.3 cents. Awesome. Now, here's a tweet from DIY Investing, and he simply wrote, prepare for the biggest bull run in history. And so, and again, this is not a professional opinion. I just love, as an enthusiast, talking about this stuff. I'm just like you. Like when I run this channel, like when I started it, I wanted it to be as though I'm just like sitting on a patio with friends talking about this stuff. And so that's the way that I approach this, because I'm just genuinely interested enough to follow it every day. And I do get feedback. So even though it's just me sitting here by myself behind a microphone, I do get feedback from you. And so we do get to have some sort of interaction. But anyway, I just like that's the kind of way that I've been running this channel. That's how I envisioned it from the very beginning when I started this channel almost 2 years ago. And, as far as the biggest bull run in history, in terms of dollars, I fully anticipate that to be the case. In terms of percentage gains, probably not. I highly doubt that. In fact, with every market cycle, you see that the multiplier effect decreases because there's more money in the space. And it just goes back to the concept that I've been talking about of how much money has to flow into a particular asset to double it. Like, for instance, as I record this, market cap for XRP, $13.5 billion. Right? So how much money would have to flow in to double that? Okay? Now, Bitcoin, way bigger market cap, $325 billion. So how much money would have to flow into that to get it to double? Substantially more, right? And so it doesn't mean it can't. I'm not saying that like it can't happen. I'm just saying that it's fewer participants have to jump in. And given that this is the smallest asset class on the planet, I still believe like there's going to be a crazy amount of adoption, because these are scarce assets. You're talking about XRP, which is functionally deflationary. Like there's going to be more money coming in. But even so, with each market cycle we've seen over the last 12 years of the existence of this particular asset class, you've seen that the percentage gains decrease, but that's to be expected. That's okay. There's still tremendous opportunity here. So that's not some sort of negative. It's just some sort of recognition of the state of things, and it's perfectly fine. Chart analyst Josh Rager told his, let's see, what do you got? 91,300 followers all up on the Twitters. He tweeted out, Bitcoin apparently doesn't care about your or my resistance levels and fib lines. 18,000 plus looks likely. So there you go, Josh Rager, and he's one of the more popular chart analysts that I follow. He thinks $18,000 Bitcoin more likely than not. And I wouldn't be surprised. Look, 24-hour high for Bitcoin, $17,798, not that far away. And it just, for those of you listening that were here with me in late 2017, I would love for you to let me know if you feel the same in terms of fundamentally the amount of attention on this asset class being nowhere near what it was with the mania. I mean, it's like I remember going to Thanksgiving and my family's talking about crypto and Bitcoin. I'm like, huh. And I just jumped in. And then it was still happening at Christmas at the end of 2017. And it's just like, I don't see that type of retail interest on that level. Like the mania is just not there. And that's why it's so cool to me that we're seeing these price levels despite that being the case, right? Take a look at this. Actually, no. I want to cover this one first. This is where I wanted this tab. I got a few more things to cover here. Let's jump into this stuff from the Daily Hodl. Bitcoin breaks $17,200, and this was, mind you, just a little bit earlier today. It rallied ultimately up to 17,800-ish, as I just cited a moment ago. But the title is, Here's What's Next, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merton. So a lot happens in short order. And I wanted to highlight this because this is the gentleman who I'm a fan of him. He doesn't like Ripple and XRP, but he is not a troll. Seems like just the nicest dude on the planet. Very genuine. And so, I think he's got over 300,000 YouTube subscribers, biggest crypto channel on YouTube as far as I know. And he happens to be making a bear case for the short term. He still seems to be, the macro sense, of course, all in, just, no change there. But I wanted to highlight this because I'm not seeing as many people saying this, and I don't pretend to know which direction the price action is going to go, but I thought it'd be interesting to highlight this, especially amidst all of this incredible and exciting activity, because this is actually more of like a minority viewpoint, to be honest. It doesn't mean he's wrong necessarily, but I just thought I'd highlight it. Anyway, Bitcoin has shattered the $17,200 mark for the first time in nearly 3 years. The leading cryptocurrency is up 5.18% in the last 24 hours at $17,253, according to CoinMarketCap. The last time Bitcoin was at this price was in January of 2018. At these levels, 98.94% of all Bitcoin addresses in existence have turned a profit, according to the blockchain intelligence company Into the Block. Now, crypto analyst Nicholas Merton says he thinks Bitcoin will need a correction before it can reach previous all-time highs at $20,000. And so here's his quote. I want to be rational with you all. We've been having phenomenal price action in the market. There's something very important to keep in mind here that I think is critical in understanding where we're at now. We've really had 3 mini cycles as we've been recovering from the March lows of 2020. And we can see that both times previously they ranged around 30 days. We're coming up here on 32 days. So about the same time preference around the first mini cycle here. It's looking like we might be getting a bit of a cool down here. I want to keep things as conservative as possible. Many people are holding here, but my key point here is, as we've already gone up 52%, maybe 53%, I'm really thinking we may get a bit of a cool down here, not testing all the way up to $20,000 just yet. And hey, if that's the case, that's fine. I'm just going to be one of the individuals that has already accumulated, sitting on the sidelines, letting the emotional people do their emotional buying and selling and choosing not to participate. That's Moon Lambo doing Moon Lambo, right? I'm not going to be a lemming and follow the market because, frankly, I'm not actually trying to be disparaging. It's just kind of silly to me that humans behave like this. And I get it, I'm a human too, but I know this. I have the data, so I just don't participate. But these people that do this, they're what make this all possible. And it's not true just for crypto. It's true in the stock market as well. It's all the emotional buying and selling. And so I'm thankful for it, actually. But to me, it's just catastrophic to make buying and selling decisions in such a fashion. I just see it every day, endlessly, because it's 24/7, 365 markets. I just have no interest in that. No, thank you. I'm just going to hold for the long term here. Because I firmly believe that XRP will be worth substantially more in the future than it is today. And what James Rule XRP said about XRP hitting $1, man, I'd be willing to bet. I don't have data on this, but it'd just be like a for fun speculative thing. But $1 has to be, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think it would be some sort of psychological level where if that's hit, it's like off? Well, I mean, we'll see, because I believe it's going to get back there. I don't know when. Some analysts are calling for it getting back to $1 before the year's out, which would really be something because, we're about halfway through November already, so we have more or less 6 weeks to hit that. I don't know, man. See, things happen fast in crypto. They super freaking fast. Like I said, this article was written just a little bit earlier today, and Bitcoin's up another $600, or ultimately went up another $600 before this is even written. So, anyway, but Merton says he thinks Bitcoin is gearing up to reach a new all-time high in the first quarter of next year. And here's another quote: "This is it, guys. We're getting to the moment here where over the next few weeks, over the next few months, we've had a quarterly target of Q1 of 2021 that we're going to be revisiting back to these all-time highs. The room's a bit more quiet than it was last time when we were at this price range. Well, that's exactly what I was saying, right? And then he continues, I remember vehemently back here in December of 2017, almost 3 years ago. It's crazy to think it's been almost 3 years when we were back at this price range. And it feels the same to me, like time has been freaking flying by. And where's the buzz around all this? Like you and I, like you listening to this, me talking here, yes, we get it. And the people that are participating, and it's something. And more people have been jumping in over the last few years, so like I get that. But like the media attention, like it's not here, and we're still seeing this. It's just so cool to me. And so, whenever Bitcoin hits its all-time high, which to me seems like just an inevitability, like it's going to happen. Even if XRP lags behind, like I keep saying, I don't care. I'm just going to sit here, be Mr. Patient, because I know historically that XRP has traded sideways longer than other top 10 cryptocurrencies relative to Bitcoin. And so it's still coupled to Bitcoin, but out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, it's typically the least coupled. And that's a moving target. Sometimes it's more coupled to Bitcoin at various time periods. Sometimes it's less coupled to Bitcoin over other time periods. But historically, out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, it's been the least coupled to Bitcoin. And so if we have these longer periods of time where it trades sideways, like we saw in 2017, I'm not going to panic. I'm like, oh my God, the XRP's not moving up in price in my timeline. I'm going to sell now because I'm a little baby. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let emotion dictate my buying and selling patterns. I'm going to hold XRP and let everybody else do that stuff. And then when it takes off, it's just like, because guys, I did see there are people that there's one guy in particular, multiple people that went along these lines, but there's one guy, and I've mentioned this a few times lately because I think we're at that point again, but there's a YouTuber, and I can't remember who he was. I don't even know if he's still making videos, but he was talking about, and it was like days before XRP went on its parabolic bull run from almost 20-something cents to almost $4. And I do mean literally like days before. And he's just like, look, I've been holding XRP forever. It's just not doing anything, guys. It's done. I'm getting out of this. I'm putting my money in so-and-so, and I can't remember where he said he was putting it. And then literally days later, it's just like, all the timing could not be worse. I will never forget that. I am not going to be impatient. I'm not going to say, well, XRP, you didn't move on my timeline, so now I'm going to emotionally sell and tell everybody on YouTube. Like that did not age well. Very quickly, that did not age well. So... this is exciting times though, so I hope you keep hanging out with me, because like whenever this happens, like even if it doesn't happen tomorrow or the next month or whatever, I'm going to be reporting here every single day with rare exception all up on the YouTubes and running this channel. And I don't care if it takes a year, I don't care if it takes more than that, I'm going to be here because this is exciting. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It really is. You're talking about the advent of a brand new asset class. It's been here 12 years. It's still in its nascency. My friends, like, the history books will be written about these times, and we're getting to live through it. Like, I am extremely thankful for that. To me, it's amazing. So let's see where this roller coaster ride takes us. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.